Breakdown for the NA YCS is here. Make sure you guys smash it, crap out, and subscribe, and so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. We have top 32, top 16, and deck list for you guys from the NA YCS. So, what you got up here on your screen is the first top 32 breakdown. So we had 6 Tri-Brigade, much like the European YCS. These numbers kind of went pretty hand in hand here in terms of representation for the most represented deck in top 32, being pretty much the same thing here was Tri-Brigade. Now, we had 5 Drytron in the room. Anybody surprised about that? No. The deck's boards that it makes very annoying. Standard shenanigans. We know this. Now, unlike the European YCS, it had no striker in it whatsoever. We had 4 make their way in the top 32. This is actually much different than what the European side of things had, and I haven't had the chance to look at South America / Central America yet. Numbers might be different there, but between the comparison of the 2 events so far, that's currently what we have. So, hey, Striker got a good showing here. Then we had 4 Virtual World. Senshin is a good card, guys. Alright, we also had 2 Pran Kids. One of those was Pack. We also had 2 Shadal, Dogmatica Invoked. I mean, Winda's still good. Now, we had 2 Adignisters in top 32. Hey man, I made the video talking about towers have been slammed multiple times by people saying, well, Robbie, the deck isn't good, alright? You just hyped it up, you know, you're being stupid. Guys, the deck, I understand, like, hand traps are a thing, and the deck does lose to those, but it still made top 32, alright? Towers Turbo is still pretty freaking good, right? You need to learn how to play against this, and that's kind of what the point of the video was. Like, be aware of choke points, things like that, so you know where you can choke things out and have a better matchup against it, right? The worst part about this game is when you play in a matchup and you're unaware what's going on. We also had the 1-ups here, alright? 1 Salad, okay? 1 Border Stun Control. Cesar Gonzalez is the crazy mad lad that has been like doing so much craziness with this. I believe it's Border Lich officially in terms of name, but that's going to be something of excitement and tales to tell in the future here. We had 1 Mekk Knight Orcust. I don't even know how that deck functions, but alright. We also had 1 Cyber Dragon, which is Hakuna Maidata. I believe we will see that list sometime this week as well. And now when I make another subsection, we'll cover it. We also had 1 Dinosaur, which we'll have that video here as well in this section as well. 1 Phantom Knight and 1 Dragon Link. Even Dragon Link can make it. Alright, this pretty much goes to show that the whole widespread of the metagame here is pretty developed in terms of things. Like, anybody surprised by anything here? Because these, like, all from, like, the top down to the bottom of the rogue here, that's all pretty much it. Now, as we shift on over here to top 32, and before you're like, well, is this YCS done yet? 2 weeks, they're going to 2-3 weeks, they're going to broadcast the finals here. And in that finals, you are going to see a shift in the metagame here from top 32. So you're going to see 3 Virtual World being one of the higher represented decks. Okay, so Virtual World, 3 Tri-Brigade, by the way. Half of the Tri-Brigade decks got bullied out in top 32, which is hilarious to me. Both Pran Kids succeeded and actually advanced to to top 16, which is good. 2 Drytron are left. That was 3 Drytron, by the way. Those, whew. That's some real hard bullying. We also had 1 Sky Striker. 3 Sky Striker got blown out. Adignister also got blown. Both the Adignister decks got blown out in top 32. But, I mean, I guess kind of goes to show that deck can carry to that point. Remaining, we have 1 Phantom Knight, 1 Dragon Link, 1 Salamangreat. There's that Mekk Knight Orcust deck again, making its... When I get the chance to look at this profile, I just want to say that this is, I actually just hope that it's just Mekk Grisu in the deck. But if this deck is doing some 800 IQ shenanigans, I can't wait. But you'll know about that list in 2 weeks. And then we have Eldritch Border. hey, it made its way all the way to top 16. So we got a stun control deck in there, right? So definitely looking forward to seeing what will come out of that. But that is top 16. Now we have some deck list here from the top 32 that actually kind of got wiped out. And let's pass it on over so we can see what those bad boys are doing. All right, so the first list we actually have here is from NICOLAS ORTIZ. He finished 4th place in Swiss and unfortunately got bodied in Top Cup. There's nothing you can really do about that. So this is honestly pretty standard for Sky Striker. The inclusion of the 2 Nibiru's for the hand traps, I see a lot of arguments for 3 versus 2, that's fine. We have triple Ghost Spell in here, which is fine. We have immediate access to the Mind Control, which, I mean, you can basically tutor out anything into Zeke and then continue on with your day. Double Afterburners is fine. No Jamming Wave mention whatsoever. Triple Shark Cannon feels very, very, very heavy-ended, but I can understand the reason to want to do this. And we are playing Triple Desires, all right? I understand that there might be a simple confliction there in a lot of people's minds with this, but honestly, your whole job is to just turbo and generate resources so you can play the game. So you got to do what you got to do, all right? Draw 2 is an important resource. Outside of that, that is NICOLAS ORTIZ's top 32 striker list. Next up, we have VELAZQUEZ. He finished 6th place in Swiss here. And we are playing Cat Turbo! I will say, watching Cat do what Cat do is hilarious. This is the best card, period, in this deck. We also got the Triple Prosperity. I don't know if we've ever actually seen... Maybe I'm just blinking. Maybe I haven't actually seen a build wanting to turbo this, but this is generate some cool resource management for this deck, which I think is kind of awesome, actually. You have plenty of options that you can shave off depending on your matchup. But yeah, this does open up some interesting future plays that you can do. The side deck is very streamlined. 3 ofs across the board here. And also the inclusion of the 1 of Crow in the main deck to make sure that you can handle those more roguish matchups that you need. Banish the Engage. Alright, so that is VELAZQUEZ's list. Next up here, we have the legendary dinosaur player, VELAZQUEZ. He got 14th place after Swiss here. As you can see here, we do have the Dragoon package built into the main deck. We are still doing the Scrap Raptor package here as well. Now, the one cool thing that gets a little bit saucy for this build is we are playing the 1 diagram to get to the 1 Listogasm. This basically actually opens up a different line of play for this deck. Basically having the 2 of option here just allows you to go down a whole different line of play. I know we haven't really explored this option. Recently, I think a lot of people just see Diagram and Listogasm at their limitation status, and most people just don't want to touch them. But I think going forward that this might be an option that you might want to explore. Like, give this some consideration, all right? I think Eric definitely put some different thoughts and opinions into this deck and might possibly be able to change the way that this game is played through this mentality. So we'll have to wait and see. This card's very good. All right, next up here. Ooh, let's see here. We actually have, this would be the Virtual World list. This was 22nd place after Swiss. This was Chiawilor's Virtual World list. Of course, we have the 1 Toto. I see this 1 Metaphos Fusion keep coming up every odd list. And every time I see it, I always kind of wonder, like, how good is this in this deck? It kind of feels like they're pulling a piece out of Striker here. But at the end of the day, I feel like this does do its job. It's just additional fodder for dumping, gives you extra resources along the way. And there's nothing too bad about that at the end of the day. You might not like it, but it's fine. Also, Triple Chuchi. I know a few people like 2 of this, but I think they can get away with this as well. Also, the inclusion of talents is pretty nice, all things considered. I know a lot of people also are kind of on the fence about this. But outside of that, we also got some nice OTK fodder down here for Final Sigma. Very, very nice. All right. Next up here, we have Gyarko CASTRO's 25th place list as well. Oh, look at that. We got more cats here. I love when we get the chance to turbo out and do the smashing of the cats. Cosmic Cyclones for the disruption of back row. 2 Desires, which is absolutely fine. We have Gamma Seals. I guess we're past the point of really worrying about dealing with, you know, the wind barrier stats, which is kind of falling out of the format. So you hand this to your opponent over their Agnes or Boss Monster, you pretty much laugh at them. Outside of that, I feel like this main deck pretty streamlined, all things considered here. Like, I think the pure variant's pretty much going to be the way to go for this. I know there's like a mention of like the Zodiac variants and some people giving and having success with them, but I don't really think that that ends up being all that successful as of this. All right, next up we have another virtual world list. This was what is it, Yitong's 26th place list after Swiss here. Ooh, guess what we're doing, Kaliga? Ooh, no Dark Dragoon here. We are main decking Shared Ride. Holy crap on a tech choice, Batman. That is hilarious to me. We have the Ghost Mourners up here for the hand traps. This has actually been a pretty good hand trap, this format. The Big 9 here to counteract all 3 ends of the strategies. Remember, like I just said, Kaiju's for those adding Mister plays. Anti-spells really just to bully out the Sky Striker players, which makes sense to me. Outside of that, I mean, this is still your best thing. Also, shout out to, you know, Muddy Mud Dragon for allowing Kaliga to get the chance to see play. Crystalline Kaliga is so dang good. Alright, nothing else too crazy to say about this. Why play Talents when you can play Shared Rides, evidently, am I right? The last list I have for you guys here. This is Elijah Green's Agnister list. Triple Island is absolutely fine. The 1-up Star Goblin for tutor ability. Pretty much 1-ups here across the board. No water, actually. I feel like water can be a brick at some points in the day, which is fine. I understand that. It does lead to some bricking situations. I was going to give a shout out here for Elijah to Team Pandora Gaming. So, guys, show some love for them as well. But, adding Mr. Turbo, everybody. So, what do you think about the breakdown for all of these lists, the YCS, and more? I will have an interesting selection of other decks that will be coming up this afternoon as well for you guys to look forward to. And I must say, a lot of diversity behind this YCS. So, please, leave a comment down below, smash it, leave a crap out, subscribe, so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on this for more cool awesome content. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.